Hey everybody, what's up? Welcome back to my channel, or welcome to my channel if you are new. My name is Cristin, and today I have another cook with me video where I go through and show you guys dinners that I'm making for the week. Actually, I made them for like 2 weeks roughly, and show you guys how I make them. Recently I did a video that was meal planning and grocery shopping to save money, and you guys really enjoyed that video, so I'll link it down below. It was my first time trying the method of shopping, like meal planning first and then shopping around what you need versus just going in and buying a bunch of food. So yeah, one of you guys suggested that I make a video around the meals that I planned for, and I'm sorry I'm drawing a blank on your name. I know we talked about it. I'm really sorry. I can remember your face. I'm good with faces. I will remember people's faces forever. I am horrible with names though. So I'm sorry I'm drawing a blank on your name, but I know your profile picture. So yeah, she suggested that I make a video doing like a cook with me, showing you the meals that I made with the food that I bought. So that's what this is. If you guys want to check that one out, I will link it down below. There's really no particular way that you need to watch this video at all, but it's down there if you want to go watch it. So let's go ahead and get cooking. So to start off with, I am making the cheesy chicken, broccoli, and rice casserole. So I've got my brown rice cooking in here. There was 2 boil-on cubes tossed in the water. So these guys are right here in case you don't know what those are. And then my bag of frozen broccoli. You can either steam them or you can pop them in the microwave for 5 minutes. So I just throw them in here with the rice so they can absorb all the flavors and the flavors can mix and mingle. And then I've got 3 chicken breasts cooking in the oven right now. They've got probably another half hour on them. So I will come back with you once it's time to assemble it. Okay, so my broccoli and rice are finished. I went through and gave all of my broccoli a rough chop with a pair of kitchen scissors. So I don't got to get out and like cut them all up individually. Just get in there and hack at them, if you will. And now we're going to take my chicken. I've got 3 chicken breasts here. May or may not use all of them, I'm not sure yet. And I'm just going to cut these with my scissors too. Just makes life easier. So I cut them down the middle and then cut off bite-sized chunks from each side. Okay, now it's time to add my cheese. You got some options here. You can put this into a casserole dish, mix it in with like a cup or so of sharp shredded cheddar cheese and bake it in the oven. Or you can do what I'm gonna do, which is, you can also do like breadcrumbs on top. Like you can get fancy with it, but we're just gonna keep things pretty simple today. I'm gonna add in at least half, maybe all of this cheese we have right here. And this is just a stadium style cheddar cheese dip. Technically it's, you know, for nachos. Using what I've got on hand. So do about half of that to start. To this I'm gonna add some Fiesta blend. I didn't want to use up all of my shredded cheese, so that's why I'm deciding to mix and match a little bit. And then I'm also gonna add in some Parmesan. And I'm also gonna add in some red pepper and garlic flakes. The chicken was also cooked with garlic, salt, and black pepper, and just a little bit of oil to keep it from sticking to my pan. And then we're just gonna give us all a good mix together. And everything in here is still pretty hot, so it'll melt the shredded cheese and everything should mix pretty well together. Okay, and that is everything mixed together. That's my broccoli, cheese, chicken, and rice. And I did choose to just do 2 of the chicken breasts. I think I'll use that guy for lunch tomorrow. Maybe make a salad. But yeah, pretty quick and easy. So this is how I like to eat my sweet potatoes. And I do tend to eat them for breakfast. I cooked mine in the microwave for 6 minutes. I punctured holes all over it so it could ventilate like you would a potato, any other potato you put in the microwave. Cut it down the middle. And then a blob of butter. And then a spoonful of brown sugar. fork and I just start to fluff up the sides and get the sugar and the butter to start to melt from the heat of the potato. And I know some people will say, well, that's a lot of sugar for breakfast, but have a look and see how much sugar is in cereal or Pop-Tarts or oatmeal, like pretty much any other breakfast thing that is sweet. Muffins, donuts, yeah, so I'm sure there's still less sugar in this than most of the stuff on the market, but I still get that sweetness craving taken care of. And probably more nutrients to it from the potato than I would otherwise. So today I'm going to show you guys how I do my homemade chicken pot pie. It is a super easy recipe. I'm going to take 2 bags of frozen mixed vegetables. I choose to use the ones that don't have any potatoes in it. That's really just a personal preference. And I don't use celery in it either, or chopped onions. If you want to, you can. Really, in a pot pie, you can put any kind of veggie that you want. But these are both just mixtures with corn, peas, green beans, and carrots. That one is Walmart brand. This one is Aldi brand. Technically, they cook for 5 minutes in the microwave, but I'm going to put them frozen into my pot. And I'll tell you right now, this is a great recipe that you can use. Your cast iron skillets where it works fantastic. So next up, I'm going to add my chicken breast. I've already cooked them in the oven. These come frozen, and I've got 2 of them look about identical. And I'm just going to cut these up into bite-sized pieces. And currently, I don't have my oven or stove going at all. We'll get there. Probably should have done some other stuff first, so I think I got a bit ahead of myself, but that's okay. We'll get there. We'll get there. Right now, I'm just going to work on cutting my chicken into smaller pieces, and using kitchen shears would be the ideal way to do this, but mine are dirty, so I'm using just regular scissors. Okay, normally this is something that you could do all in one pot and then you would avoid having extra dishes. However, like I mentioned, I totally missed a step, so I'm gonna set this off to the side and we'll get started on making our roux. Okay, I'm going to take 2 cups of water and 2 bouillon cubes. Gonna add these to my measuring cup. And I'm going to pop this into my microwave for 3 minutes. This is going to make me some chicken broth. If you already have chicken broth on hand, then just get yourself 2 cups of it. You won't have to microwave it. Okay, to make your roux, you're going to have 1 part fat to 1 part flour. So I'm choosing to use some butter, margarine, whatever you want to call it. So 1 large teaspoon of butter. And then here's my fresh butter, or fresher, I guess, newer, whatever. So 2 heaping teaspoons of butter. We're going to get that going on low heat. And then with the exact same kind of spoon, I'm going to get 2 heaping tablespoons of flour. Now doing this will create a roux, which is going to thicken our chicken pot pie. One. And 2. And that is what it is looking like, and we're just going to work on whisking this all down until the flour cooks into the butter. That way you don't have any raw flour taste. You can see already it's almost making like a paste, like the flour is turning a bit brownish. That's definitely what you're looking for. And if you choose to use minced onion, now would be a perfect time to put it in. I am out, or I would definitely be adding some minced onion. But we're just looking for everything to melt together, the butter to melt, the flour to kind of cook down. And now it's time to add in our chicken broth. Okay, make sure you take a fork and give your chicken broth a nice frothing when it comes out of the microwave. If you have used a bouillon cube, that is just to make sure it is fully dissolved. And now we can pour this into our pot. Give it a good stir. Make sure all the little chunky bits break up and mix well in with the chicken broth. And now we're going to add in 1.5 cups of milk. That'll give it that creamy taste. Okay, and if you did this step first, now you can add in your vegetables and your chicken, but I'm going to have to pour it all in to a separate pot. Okay, so now we're going to let the veggies cook a little bit. It's on a low heat. And while the veggies are thawing out and cooking up a little bit, This will give the broth a chance to start to thicken up a little. To my mixture here, I'm going to add in a few spices. I'm going to be doing some parsley, some black pepper, and some garlic salt. And a little bit of basil, because why not? And just give it all a good stir, and we're gonna wait for this to start to bubble a little bit. And once we start getting a little bit of a bubble to the top, a little bit of a simmer going on, we will add our crust. Okay, we're getting a good little simmer going on here, evaporating some of the extra liquid out, which is going to help thicken your soup. That's really what you need, is you need your extra liquid to start to come out, and as that comes out, the roux will take effect and it'll start to thicken everything up. So from here, we're going to take one pie crust. These are ready to bake pie crusts. If you get them at Walmart, you get 2 in a pack. They're around $1, I think, $2 at the most. And so we're just going to take the heat off, and I've got my oven ready at 450. And we're gonna roll our pie crust out on top. Now, if you guys want to bake a pie crust and then put the filling into another pan on top of the pie crust and then roll another pie crust on top, by all means, feel free to do that. I've never been one to feel like I need that much crust in my life anyways. It's like my least favorite part of any pie. So I just like the top crust on a pot pie. That's my favorite part, and I don't feel the need to have a bottom. So we're just gonna roll this out and stretch it to fit. Then we're gonna bake this in the oven for about half an hour at 450, or until the crust is golden brown. A nice little layer on top, and then poke it a little bit. That's just for ventilation. And we cook it uncovered for about half an hour, like I said, at 450 degrees, or until golden brown. And this is what my pot pie looks like once it's come out of the oven. It's all nice and golden brown on top. And I'm gonna put it in some bowls. Hey everyone, today I'm doing up chicken taco salad, take 2. Thought I already filmed this. So in my crock pot currently, I have a frozen thing of black beans. I have 4 frozen chicken breasts. And I'm adding 1 bag of frozen whole kernel corn. Of course, if you guys want to use canned beans or canned corn, whatever you want to use. And then I'm going to do half a jar of mild salsa. Of course, this is whatever salsa you like best is what you should be using. Then I'm going to reserve the other half of the jar for putting on the salads once everything is cooked. That should be enough for topping. I'm going to give it all a quick little toss here, see if I can maybe break these beans up a little bit. There we go. Okay, and I'm going to let this go on low for the next 8 hours, and I'll check back in with you guys at dinner time. So here's everything once it has been cooked. My husband's in there playing with the kids. If you guys wondered what that sound was. So yeah, I took the chicken out and I shredded it in a separate bowl with a couple of forks. Some people like to use a blender, whatever is your preference. But yeah, that's beans, salsa, chicken, and corn. And now we're gonna make some taco salad. So I'll show you guys what those look like once we have them assembled. And here's our taco salad, super easy. We've got our lettuce, we've got our chicken, bean, and corn and salsa mixture, some shredded cheese, we've got our tortilla chips, we have some salsa and also some taco sauce. We love this stuff, so good. A little bit of ranch dressing. Normally we would do sour cream, but we're out. Ranch is always good on anything, so that's fine. And yeah, and that's everything. So super easy meal, pretty much does everything on its own. You don't gotta do a whole lot. Good meal if you have to work. So you can just throw everything in the crock pot in the morning and then assemble it when you're ready to eat. And then there's also enough for my husband's lunch tomorrow, whatever that sound was. So I'm gonna pack all this stuff up as well for him, and then there'll be plenty for me to have lunch as well. For dinner today, I'm making a chicken stir fry. I got this at Walmart. You guys would have seen it in my grocery haul. It was like around $5. It did up 2 dinners for, or it's gonna do up 2 dinners for us. This is my second time using it. The first time we got about 3 servings, and I expect to get a good 3 servings out of this. So about 6 servings per bag would be my guess, based on what we eat. It probably says 8 in a bag would be my guess. Oh, servings per container is 7. So yeah, we're only 1 serving off. Eating a little extra, I guess. So I've got chicken going in the oven right now, just frozen chicken. Takes about 40 minutes to cook. If you're doing chicken, just cook it according to your package instructions. But this stuff just goes right into the pot. It's a nice mixture of different veggies. There's snap peas. There's little bits of noodle, carrots, red pepper, mushrooms, corn, and broccoli stems. I'm not seeing any heads of broccoli, but we definitely got a lot of heads of broccoli in our first batch of this that we made, so maybe it all ended up in that batch, I'm not sure. But you just put this on a low to medium heat, and then you get 2 sauce packets in your package, which makes sense, you know, doing 2 separate dinners with it. So you just throw the whole thing in here, and all the veggies are going to cook, and your sauce is going to melt, and it's going to be delicious. And I will be right back when it's time to add my chicken. So I went ahead and added a little extra veg in here. I had a small bag of mixed vegetables, peas, corn, and carrots and green beans. So pretty much everything that's already in here, it was just chopped up really finely. Just because I think we ate a lot of the vegetables the first time we used the bag. So I've got 2 chicken breasts right here, already been cut, or not cut, cooked. And all I'm gonna do now is cut them into bite-sized pieces and put them in the pot. And I like to just use my kitchen shears to do this instead of sitting around cutting it all with a knife. I think it just goes a little faster. Give it all a good stir. And we've got dinner. And that is everything for this video. I hope you guys did enjoy it. We're currently sitting at rolling into Wednesday tomorrow. So this is Tuesday night. So everything that I bought has pretty much done me about 2 weeks worth of dinners like I had planned. I'm not sure that I filmed 2 weeks worth of dinners here. I know I didn't film the spaghetti squash, and that's because I started filming the spaghetti squash and then, like, I don't know if I was PMSing or just stressed out or about what, but like I got pissed off and just shut the camera down. Like I remember like I knocked a bunch of stuff off the counters on accident, and that just like set me off, and I was like, no room in this kitchen, and just I was done. So I shut the camera off, and I cooked the rest of that meal very angrily. So I did not film spaghetti squash, but spaghetti squash is very easy to cook. Just I'm sure if you were curious about it, you can type it in on YouTube, you can microwave it. It's super easy, you guys. Just like stick some holes in it with a fork, microwave it for about 12 minutes, and scrape out the insides. Add whatever flavoring you want, seasonings, spices, or whatnot. Again, Google it. It's easy to make, and it's delicious. So, with exception to that one, not being put in here. Also tomorrow's meal, I think we're gonna do like a cheesy broccoli rice dish, but I just had that exact same meal in a different cook with me that I just released, so I can link that below if you're curious, but it's not hard. Cook some rice, cook some broccoli, cook some chicken, mix it all together, and add in some cream cheese. You're done. Surprise, you're done. So, with exception to adding that in, I think this kind of had everything that I talked about. I do believe in that other video I mentioned some fresh loaves of bread I bought from Walmart and how they turn very quickly. This past 2 weeks I found that if you keep them in the refrigerator, they stay good for a lot longer. If you have them out like regular loaves of bread, they go bad and moldy within like 2 days. So something to keep in mind. But anyways, if you guys didn't watch that video, none of this was even prudent to you. But I hope you guys did enjoy this video. Let me know if you're going to try any of the meals down below. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope to catch you in my next one.